Morning everybody, I'm Jill, behind the camera is Roger, and we are Which Way Now? Today we're at Cherry Hinton Club campsite, which is on the outskirts of Cambridge. We arrived yesterday at about 2:30, something like that, and yeah, not too bad. I went for a run yesterday afternoon, didn't get wet, which was good, but it's been it started raining about 9:30 last night, and it has been pouring with rain pretty much ever since. This is a break in the storm before Storm Kieran hits us, we think. It's meant to be an 80 to 90% chance of rain all day today, but it hasn't actually rained for an hour or so maybe we'll go for a walk. It's a very nice little campsite. This is the campsite basically has lots of little branches off, all of which are no-through roads, and we're at the end of one of those no-through routes. And it's absolutely lovely. It's very peaceful and quiet. If Storm Kieran does hit, yes, there's going to be a lot of leaves on Henry, but apart from that, we should be fairly well sheltered down here as well. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens later on in the day. I think the winds are meant to start getting up at about 3 o'clock, so we'll see what happens. So we're staying at Cherry Hinton campsite, and this morning we cycled about 4 miles into the centre of Cambridge. This is the River Cam. We've just gone past lots of the colleges, Cambridge colleges, which sadly you can't get into, most of them. But it's an absolutely gorgeous day. Yesterday was vile, it was very windy and quite rainy, and today is just completely the opposite. Blue skies, a lovely, lovely day. So we're here on the River Cam, and the River Cam is very famous for punting, and hopefully in the background you can see 2 guys who are punting. I don't know if they're learning, because the last punt we saw just had 1 man on it, and this has 2 men on it, and they've both got life jackets on, so it could be that they're training to be punters, who knows. But actually, you cannot come to Cambridge and not see a punt or go on a punt. So this is what we're doing now, we're watching some punting. As well as punting, Cambridge is obviously very famous for its university. We've had a little bit of a look, and there's a bit of a disagreement, I guess, as to which university in the world is the oldest. I'm not sure whether Cambridge even thinks it is, but one of the colleges here was founded in 1209, and this college behind me is St John's, and these gates date from the 16th century, so 500 years ago. That's pretty impressive. So we're in Cambridge, and we've just visited the Scott Polar Museum. It's very interesting. It's all about the Antarctic and the Arctic and various expeditions that have been there and what they had to go through and the kind of equipment that they used as well. And it's free entry, so if you're in Cambridge, do go in and have a look in the Polar Museum. We visited another museum as well, and this was the Fitzwilliam Museum. Quite an impressive building, to say the least. It's the Art and Antiquities Museum, and it was absolutely fascinating. Some of the things they had in there were incredible. Again, if you're in there, do come and pay a visit. No cost to go in. The museum is about 200 years old. It was founded in 1816, and it was founded as a bequest from Richard Fitzwilliam, hence the Fitzwilliam Museum. And he left £100,000 for a cause to be erected, a good substantial museum repository. Typical of that kind of era, isn't it, really? And now the museum's got over 500,000 items and is one of the best ones in the country. So today we are in Cromer on the Norfolk coast. It's a pretty horrible day, but actually looks like it's brightening up a little bit down that way. And we're going to come and see some Banksy artwork. There's an interesting tale about that pier. Apparently it's been demolished or nearly demolished on a few occasions, including by the British government during the Second World War. They wanted to blow it up so that no troops could land there, no Nazi troops could land there, but the local people said absolutely not, and each time it's been on its last legs they've rallied round, and basically it's now going to be there for a long time, because on the end there's a lifeboat station, which is great because that will make sure that it endures for quite a long time. So that was Cromer Pier, which we thought was quite interesting. So we're here to see this little Banksy artwork. It's absolutely tiny, and this bit used to say luxury rentals only, and it was quite interesting. It was his summer spraycation 2021, and he did lots of artwork through Suffolk, and this is the only one in Norfolk, and it's the northernmost edge of Banksy's artworks in 2021. So here we are at the Sandringham Estate Club campsite, and this is the third Caravan and Motorhome Club campsite that we've been to this week, having never been to one before. It's quite quiet here, which is good, but next weekend and every weekend after that it's very, very busy because they're starting their Christmas Trail of Lights at Sandringham. So every weekend after this weekend it's very busy indeed, but this one isn't busy, and it's absolutely gorgeous, surrounded by trees. There is a road obviously that goes along over there, but it's very quiet. There's also a camping and caravan club campsite about 50 yards that way. But yesterday we cycled onto the Sandringham Estate and it was lovely, and this morning I went for a run round there as well, and it was absolutely gorgeous. This has got all the facilities you'd expect, and it's not raining and the sun is out, so how about that? You couldn't ask for more, could you really? Because this campsite isn't very busy, it's actually only half open at the moment, so they've got a kind of a barrier across here to stop people going to that bit. I'm assuming it'll be all open next weekend. And from this campsite there's a little path that goes up into the Sandringham Estate, and there's also a path behind me that goes to a local pub as well, which is fantastic, and yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous here. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and send us a comment.